What was involved in finishing the Lilly Gold Collection?
We had the same thing with a 1926 San Francisco $20 gold piece, also with Mr. Lilly. For some reason, nobody had a 1926S. Mr. Skirmahorn, who I told you had a $20 gold pieces, had almost within 15, 20 pieces, but he had rare dates. I mean, he had the rare proofs. He had a lot of the rare omens of New Orleans, but he had the rare 27D, which is considered today one of the rarest coins of the $20 gold series. He had the 2060. He didn't have the 26S. So in the early 1960s, Stacks took an ad in the numismatist, $500 reward, because we're trying to finish Mr. Lilly's collection. $500 reward for anybody who will tell us where we could buy a 1926S for $3,000, which was about 3 times book value at the time. But there's no book value, you can't find any. And that day, I think I'll leave the deal's name out, but I can tell you because he's passed away. James Kelly from Dayton, Ohio. Jim used to travel to Europe quite often, and he got into some of the banks over there. And they had hoards of American gold. So he'd buy them. And it was in August, I believe, in 1960. He comes over to our table and I think it was in Chicago. I just don't remember exactly. And he takes and puts a coin on the table, and it's a 26S. Jim, how'd you find one? He said, you told me to find one, I'll find one. So my father said to him at the time, my father was there at the time, and he said to him, I'll give you $3,000. I'll give you $3,000 now for it. Oh, no, Mort. I want the $500 also that you offer a reward. I want $3,500. My father says to him, you are a thief, because you're really milking the cow. So we gave it to him. My father immediately sends the coin from Chicago to Mr. Lilly, and with another note, congratulations, we finished the set. The collectibles. There was no 1933, naturally, because 33 was so rare. And while we're at the convention, within 8 or 9 hours, we had 7 or 8 26S's offered to us. And the coin had dropped from our value of $3,000 to something between $1,200 and $1,500. And we could finally get one for $1,100 if I insisted on buying it. When I say we insisted on buying it. And we call up Mr. Lilly, because at that time, Western Union was the way to do things, but this one is so important. We called Mr. Lilly. We ask you to please send back the 26S, which is on its way to you, and we will send you another one at the price we were offering it now. We were misled that this was the only one available, and you couldn't know. Well, it came back. Lilly writes back to him, for all these years, you've been trying to get it for me. You did everything which I consider ethical. You even offered a reward. You also said it to me at your exact cost. He says, I'll keep it. And he did. Well, the 26S dropped at that time to under $900, and then came back up today in the several thousand value, depending on the grade. But what we're trying to bring out, even the dealers were trying to take advantage of the client that we had, and we just didn't want to do it because it just wasn't fair. Because we were not alert or aware. We didn't travel to Europe that particular time to go see some of these things. I can't blame anybody but ourselves. And that's the way we existed. Different ways we took care of clients during the years. The same way we took care of Eliasberg to get his collection out to the market. We did this with many, many other collections.